Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to that time of the week where Wildcat Parsons brings you Simply Smackdown. That's right, the Pro Wrestling Power Podcast review of Friday Night Smackdown. And the show started this week with AJ Styles celebrating him winning the Intercontinental Championship. It was a great moment, but a weird moment all the same, because all of the most of the wrestlers for the show were standing outside the ring. Good guys, bad guys, the whole deal. So, at one point, AJ, healing it up, because this is what he does now, makes Daniel Bryan, who agreed to it for some crazy reason, come up and put the belt on him. And for those of you that don't know, he beat Daniel Bryan in the finals to win the Intercontinental Championship. And Bryan telling AJ, he's like, look, you could be the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever. I mean, it's the Honky Tonk Man. We all know this. But, you have it in you to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever. And he's telling him, you need to be a fighting champion and defend it every week and all this. And AJ, being the heel that he is like, no, people got to earn this opportunity. I don't just give it away. I know, there's that part of the character playing out. And of course, we knew it was going to happen. Matt Riddle debuts, and he comes out, and AJ immediately makes fun of him for not having shoes on, because apparently that's a thing that we're doing as well. Just, you know, AJ healing it up and using whatever he has. And Matt Riddle runs his mouth, says a couple of things, says, I'm the bro that runs the show. I still think he's proof that WWE does a drug test. They fight, and it sets up a non-title match. And honestly, it was a solid match. I mean, it's AJ Styles. He can fight with anybody and make it look really good. And Matt Riddle's a really solid in-ring performer. He's got a lot of the tools to be a star down the road. And they tease some storyline stuff that's going to happen. It looked like Matt Riddle's going to be feuding with Corbin at some point. Of course, AJ Daniel Bryan, that's going to be an ongoing thing. And Matt Riddle gets a clean non-title win. There's a bunch of shenanigans here and there in the match. But, yeah, let's see where they go with this. WWE's typical lazy booking means that Matt Riddle's going to get a championship opportunity later. I'm guessing they're going to wrap a rocket ship to his behind and book him straight to the top. That'd be interesting. He's the latest of the NXT call-ups. I hope they don't screw this one up. Not a lot of reason to hope, though, unfortunately. There's a Jeff Hardy interview after that. And apparently, we're still doing all this stuff with Sheamus. Dang it. No, this isn't even an original thing. I mean, the P-Test splash in face was already done with Shawn Michaels. Way back in the day. Bruce Pritchard booking Vince. We need some new ideas up here. Wrestling can be cyclical, but I shouldn't immediately recognize it. Then we get an interview with Gable. I refuse to call him by his stupid name. And he's just talking about the fact that he's short. You know, he's a smaller frame guy. He's not the shortest guy on the roster. But, you know, this is the angle they're going. This is the storytelling they're using. Gets attacked by Mojo, because this is what we're setting up. Mojo and Gable. Which, not bad. So we get a match out of this. It was really solid for a Mojo Rawley match. He isn't my favorite guy because he's more of a brawler, less of a technician. It's just a stylistic thing for me. He's good for what he does. I mean, he's not as good as our boy Mongo McMichael ever was. It's also my favorite Twitter follow now. You should go check that one out. It's great. He could sell like nobody else. But, Gable wins via a roll-up. Usually this is where I make fun of them for their dartboard of finishes, but I'm not, because they spent the segment before talking about how Gable, almost used the crap name, how Gable's smaller, And it just tells that he's smart, and he pulled a win out of his butt that way over a bigger opponent. So I like it, whenever they actually do something and continue story. I'll let them slide for using the roll-up in that instance because it makes sense based on the narrative that they're writing. I just hope that they remember story continuity. Because where did the Smackdown hacker go? That was a thing. Did we quit doing that? Maybe? Then we'll get Ms. TV with Mandy Rose. Apparently, they just completely glossed over their loss at Backlash. They've forgiven each other almost immediately. It's like, it's okay, no big deal. Morrison could be the champion. I'd be a little madder. I don't know what they're doing with this, but it really makes me think that that was a placeholder feud because they didn't have anything for Braun. And not having anything for your champion at a pay-per-view is a huge red flag for me. It's not a good sign. I didn't like it. It doesn't sit well. It didn't work in my noggin for some reason. It was kind of a trap though. Sonya Deville comes out and she lets Mandy have it. She's like, look, you only got this far because you're pretty, and I'm going to make your face as ugly as your insides. And they get in a fight. She hides behind Miz. Miz gets slapped by Mandy, and we're continuing this feud, which is pretty darn good. I like it. These two, they've got good chemistry in the ring. It's been an ongoing story. I'm interested to see where this is going because Dolph Ziggler's been traded to Raw, so they lost an element of this story. So I was interested to see how they were going to continue it out. Then, because, what's SmackDown without a random tag team match thrown in that has no storyline, no reason, we're just doing it to get them on the show. We have the New Day versus the Lucha House Party, and dang burn it, I don't mind the random booking sometimes when it's this good. It's New Day, who are two fantastic workers in the ring, and Lucha House Party, who are two of the best technicians in the business. So it's four guys that can go, and they let them just have a great match. Bayley and Sasha were on commentary. Cesaro and Nakamura were, of course, standing up in the back, because you have to stand up to watch wrestling. It's just the rule. I didn't write it. It's been that way since the 80s, and it's one tradition I'm okay with keeping. Just because it's silly and it's fun. But like I said, it was a great match. A lot of counters, a lot of big spots, a lot of just back and forth. But the New Day wins. It's not unexpected. They're the tag champs. But Cesaro and Nakamura attack afterwards. And Cesaro went off on the mic, saying, I've been here 8 years and I've been forgotten and blah. Just completely, it's like every bit of frustration that Cesaro should be showing because he's a top shelf performer, actually as much as Nakamura should be showing because he's a top shelf performer. He won the Royal Rumble, and he's been jobber to the stars on SmackDown. Cesaro, a super gifted worker, has also been jobber to the stars. So I've been begging for it. Give me these two guys as part of the tag team division, and part of the top of the tag team division. Because can you imagine the matches? Them and the New Day we've already seen, and it was great. Them and Miz and Morrison, which would be fantastic. Them and the Lucha House Party. Them and the Usos. There's some great things that can be done if we move them to the top of the card and treat them like the stars that they are. After that, it got a little weird. There were 5 women talking in the back, and the biggest thing that came out of it was they lost Nikki Cross. Hard thing to lose, but they lost to Nikki Cross. And then Sheamus is talking about how he's, he has to end Jeff Hardy. He's going to break his voice box or some craziness, so he can't whine anymore. It's a couple weird spots. Of course, we come out of that and we found Nikki Cross. She attacks Bayley and Sasha, who were still on commentary. And by the time she's fighting with them, Alexa Bliss comes out and we have a match. Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross with Bayley and Alexa Bliss at ringside, of course. And it was a really good match. Look, this was really well done. I enjoyed every minute of it. Nikki Cross is such an underrated worker. She deserves to be more than Alexa's tag team partner. She really does. I've always thought that whenever she came up. Like, she really needs a chance to get a singles push eventually. And I think this was a match where she got to showcase her ability against one of the best in the business, Sasha Banks, even in a loss. But they continued so many storylines. There's the tag team issue that's been going on between Alexa, Nikki, Sasha and Bayley. There's Sasha and Bayley with their split. There's people looking at for Bayley's singles title. I mean, they did a really good job with this, wrapping so many things all up into one. And then we haven't seen it for probably a month and a half. The Firefly Funhouse. And it's, of course, cartoony Bray. That's what we're going to call him. Talking to Braun. And he's talking about resurrections and all this stuff. And Braun's like, come here and get these hands, and blah, blah, and angry Braun. And then we see the Waylon Mercy, the Eater of Worlds, the prior to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt character. And my goodness, was I excited. Bray Wyatt is one of my favorite performers on the entire roster. I think he's probably one of the top 5 characters in the world right now. I add in ring work. Easily top 10 in the world, and I don't even think it's really that debatable. So he's really got this like Faces of Foley thing going on. We get the Faces of Bray Wyatt, and I guess the Firefly Funhouse wants to do the love, and then Family Bray Wyatt's Cactus Jack and the Fiend's Mankind. So yeah, I guess it kind of, it works, and he's so good with character work. Why not let it happen? And you just have, but this is one of those segments you have to watch for yourself. I can't sit here and explain it and do it justice, but I can just tell you how it played out. And he tells Braun, he's like, look, I made you, I can unmake you. And it was just such a big moment for that character to be back. If they do this right, this could be the biggest thing in the world for them. They need somebody besides an aging AJ Styles to build a brand around. And I think he's the person you can do that with on Smackdown. Every good promotion needs a heel. So, like, NWA had Ric Flair back in the day that they built around. When it was territories, you go into somebody's neighborhood, you make their hero look good, but eventually you win. Or maybe their hero wins for a couple of weeks, but that's how you build things. You have a heel that makes the good guys look good, have a heel to chase. And I think he's that one that they can have that can put on good matches with anybody of any size, and it'll be hard-hitting and convincing. So please go watch that segment. Please find another catchphrase for Braun. Here, these hands. That's all he says. Anyway, I look forward to coming back to you guys with some NXT review, because we don't have a pay-per-view this weekend, which is weird because I thought WWE was on a quest to get a pay-per-view every weekend. Anyway, I hope you enjoy what we do here. Please like it if you do. Subscribe if you like it even more. Please leave a comment for me. Anyway, thank you guys. Stay safe out there. God bless.